Before we go on any further, and send us an email. Send us an email to say thanks. Say
5
you enjoyed the show. You
or
enjoyed
1
the show.
star, depending on how you think we are.
Yeah, 1 out of 1. Breaking news, mate.
1 out of 1.
Breaking news. You go
That
first.
sucks.
You go first.
Most valuable position, money-wise.
Around the world. This is in Europe, isn't it?
This is in Europe. So this is out of 3 competitions. So this is Premiership Rugby, Guinness Pro 14 and Top 14. And obviously they have done the salaries of the 2021 season and have made it into like a little chart. And this is from Matt. He sent this in to me, so I cannot take credit. So thank you, Matt.
And we can
Appreciate that.
see here that Premiership Rugby, the fly-offs. Top 14 rugby, fly-offs are the most paid. And then the Guinness Pro 14.
I know.
They've got the donkeys.
4 and 5.
4 and 5
But
locks.
the other 2 have 4 and 5 seconds. So we'll just go through the positions. Which one should we go? Well, should we go through all of them or just one?
Let's just go through the Premiership.
Okay.
Premiership Rugby.
Okay, so you've got fly half at top, which you kind of would have thought. Seeing they're the playmaker, they do a lot of the kicking.
Yeah, it hasn't always been the case, but you can understand it.
Yes.
And a lot of this is driven, and we'll get to it at the end, a lot of this is driven by whether or not there's a lack of quality in those positions. So the more lack of quality, the higher up they rank.
Yeah.
So number 10s are obviously important.
Yes.
But maybe in the Guinness Pro 14, they don't feel there's a lack of quality, so therefore they've pushed up higher. So there's less good 4s and 5s around, hence why they're all in second position or top position.
True. Maybe. Anyway, so 10, 4 and 5, and then you've got 13, 3, 15, 8, 6. Then you've got the 2 wingers, 1, 9, 12, 2, and 7.
That really surprised me because I wouldn't have said that 2s and 7s were not important positions.
2 is one of the most important.
But this goes back to there's a lot of good 2s around.
Yes.
So therefore, because there's a lot of good 2s around, they don't need to pay them so much because there's loads of them around. Same thing with open side flankers. Every team seems to have an absolute brilliant open side flanker. And who have we got to thank for that?
Richie McCaw.
Richie McCaw, yeah.
Mm.
And these go in cycles. So, when was the last time 4s and 5s, they were the worst paid for a long, long time. And now they are right up there as the best paid because the game's changed. Their job becomes more important, but there's not as many of them.
Interesting, though. I found it really interesting when he sent this in.
Yeah, I know. It was.
Yeah. Just going through it. But
where are we on that?
Well, we're not on that, mate.
No.
Because
we're on another
dummies.
scale.
We're donkeys, mate. We're the workhorse. We're the donkeys. We're behind the scenes.
Do you know what also...
But the thing that got me, before
you
you rudely interrupted me, the thing that got me was the captain will be the highest paid. Is this taking off the captain's sort of wages, or is this just...
Why would the captain be the highest paid? Because I tell you what, you go Fekitoa, he's not the captain, he's the highest paid, isn't he?
Who? Malachi? Fekitoa?
Fekitoa, for is it Wasps? He's the highest paid player for them, but he ain't captain. You go. I was thinking
Bristol, international. I was thinking Rad Raja.
He's not captain.
He's not highest paid, is he?
Oh, for Bristol, isn't he?
Nah. Fullback, mate. Yeah, Charles Pietow.
Is he the captain? No, he's not, is he?
No, he's just come back from injury and played very well.
I honestly don't think being the captain means you're the highest. But
I do get international. Sorry,
yeah. They get all the sponsorship deals, don't they?
All the ladies or men, whichever you're into.
Whatever you're into, yeah. I did think it was really interesting, but probably the position that is, I think, undervalued more than any other is scrum half.
Yeah. What? Why is it so far down? To be fair, the one that you've ticked, it's reasonably high up.
And that's why I ticked it.
But then you've got 2 right at the bottom.
I know. Well, I think
15 I can kind of get.
You know what, though? I used to be a midfield player. So,
Donkey, yeah.
So therefore, I would have put them up a little bit higher as well. 12. Why is 12 not as higher paid as 13? On all of these, 13 is more...
Because 13's a more... it's a
flashy player.
No. You've got to do a lot
Here
more.
we go.
Whoa.
What position did you play, Toves? 13.
You've got a lot more to do.
You so don't.
Yes, you do.
All you do, mate, is you wait for me at 12 to draw the man, put you through a gap. You're the guy with the long hair, the flashy boots, and the guy who doesn't pass to his wingers, who goes and scores under the posts.
Why would I need to pass to my wingers if I can score?
Silly try celebration. Me, on the other hand,
kiss to the fans.
Right, slightly fatter, slightly slower, well, quite a lot slower, and it's all about making you look good.
Wrong. So
I live my life trying to make you look good, and then you turn up in woolen jumpers that it's impossible to make you look good.
So that's not fair. That's not fair. That's a dig. Don't like that. Matron's currently fixing it. It's got a few holes in it, but not the point. The thing is when you're at 12, you miss tackles, and I've got to scoop it all up, mate. I've got to make those tackles that you miss, which would be a lot.
Well, we did speak about my tackling last week, and I can't deny I didn't always make my tackles, but there you go. So, yeah, very interesting. I would like to know who the highest paid players are maybe in South Africa. Maybe we can do a bit of research on that. If you do know that, send that in. I know it's a little bit different with salary caps and whatnot, especially for Super Rugby. But there you go. I do think that the 10s should be the highest paid player. For a long time, it was 3, mate. For a long time, it was 3, yeah.
Because they do all the dirty work.
They do all the dirty work, doesn't it? Interesting story here, which I've got, which is a Welsh website ranks 7 All Blacks in this year's top 50 players. Why do you think
I'm surprised 50 aren't all Kiwi. Jokes.
A little bit, that's my point. My point is, in past years...
Who's number 1? Reg Radja. What? A game changer. That's all they've put.
Mate,
he is, but
Semi,
he's not.
I've been saying to you for weeks,
He's not
if
that
not
good.
months, how good Semi Ranraja is.
He
right?
is good.
And you have gone roo, 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 like this.
I know.
And I've gone roo, roo back, and I'm right.
No, the Welsh think you're right. No, you think you're right because he's put here. He is a great player. No, he's not a great. He's a good player.
He's the world's best player.
According to the Welsh.
The Welsh online newspaper. Where all the big stories are broken.
Khaleesi is 6th.
Okay,
he hasn't played a single game.
Just wait for this. Number 2. Who's number 2?
Dupont.
Okay.
I agree.
Do you agree?
Yes.
Number 3. Go on.
During the World Cup?
No, I'm just saying. Number 3. Who is it?
Oh, it's Colby.
Right. Do you agree? He's been playing French rugby.
Yes.
Has he
been
good?
Playing well?
Yep. Yeah. He's been played the 3rd best in the world, mate.
According to... Okay.
What about 4?
No, don't agree.
Otoje?
Yeah.
Number 5, Smith.
He should be a lot higher.
Isn't it funny that he's rated at 5 and he didn't get best player in New Zealand?
No.
Bizarre enough. Anyway, we're going through. Let's just do the top 10. We've got Semi Radradra, we've got Dupont, we've got Colby, we've got Otoje, Smith, Khaleesi, which I do agree with you. They haven't been playing. Peter Steph Totoy.
Same deal.
No, he has been playing in Europe. Yep. Matera, Bowden Barrett at 9.
Shouldn't be there.
And the weirdest one for me, but I suppose he's Welsh, and it is a Welsh, is Justin Tipperick at 10.
Bowden Barrett should not be in the top 10.
Bowden Barrett should not be in the top 10. It should be Geordie Barrett.
Whoa.
No, it shouldn't be Geordie Barrett either.
Huge.
But my point is this. Isn't it interesting that only 7 All Blacks made the top 50. In previous years, you would think that probably 12 players would have been in that top 50. So it does show the decline of the All Blacks. And if you look at the South Africans...
he hasn't been playing.
Yep, Brodie Retallick's in there. But if you look at it, it's really interesting. Those South Africans have hardly been playing, but they are still in there, aren't they? I suppose, you know, COVID's made it difficult for a lot of players to shine. So
Sam Simmons, I made the top 50.
Yeah, Sam Simmons made the top 50, but not England team. What any others there, mate, that you kind of looked at and thought that's a bizarre choice? Only one other one that I thought was weird was Liam Williams, but again, he was Welsh, so therefore they like.
Well, Brodie Retallick is a weird one.
Yep, I agree with that. Jamie George at 35.
Has he been playing? Is he in Europe?
No, but they are.
Hasn't too long.
I suppose you've got to look at it, don't you, and say they have been playing in their Super Rugby competition. So they have been playing. They just haven't been playing internationals.
No, true.
Mate, off to your next story.
Oh, where is it?
Great story, this.
I need to try and find it. New Zealand Rugby and Rugby Australia should make bid to host Lions if South Africa is ruled out. So, obviously, because of COVID and all that sort of thing.
What's COVID?
COVID is a mythical beast that has come from the distant areas of China, and it has taken over the world. In a nutshell.
Very good.
So
now I'm absolutely clear. I didn't know what it was until now.
So South Africa are obviously having troubles with COVID, along with the UK, lockdown 3.0. And if that continues, when are they actually due? July, aren't they? Country in July.
It ain't going to happen, is it?
So it's not going to happen. Well,
it's not going to happen, is it? I mean, even if it happened, the stadiums would be empty.
Yes, there would be no fans. So then New Zealand and Australia should stick their little paw out and go, oh, you should come here. New Zealand definitely, because they can have fans.
At the moment, they can have fans. We know this new variant. Well, let's not go too political.
I'm sorry, but New Zealand are doing a fantastic job because they are literally stopping everyone at the border. No, you have to have 2 weeks. If you haven't booked in, you have to fly back to where you came from.
I know that, but as soon as this new variant gets in.
Yeah, but how does it get in?
It gets in because it's in the country at the moment.
It's not.
It's in the quarantine hotels at the moment.
Yeah, how's it going to get out?
And we know that COVID is a slippery...
New Zealand is doing okay.
COVID, especially this new variant. You know what? Before with COVID,
I don't like your attitude.
It was this face-to-face. It was airborne,
I can
right?
smell something.
Right? Do you know this new variant of COVID? Do you know this new variant of COVID? It slides under doors, mate. Slides under doors and gets in your wallet. And that's what happens.
It'll take your money, does it?
Takes your money and your life. But yeah, I mean, wouldn't it be great? What I would say is, I wouldn't like our chances. I wouldn't like our chances, mate. I think that the Lions are looking great. The only question mark is...
It would be at the end, it would sort of be halfway through Super Rugby.
Yeah.
Towards the end of Super Rugby, which would be good for us.
Yeah. I just think that it's way too soon for us to sort all our issues out.
I don't think we'd sort out all the issues, but it'd still be good to see.
Oh, it'd be amazing. Mm. It'd be amazing. I would
especially after a drawn series the last time.
After a drawn series, yeah. It'd be absolutely class, but I would probably say that we would get beat at home. You know, I don't even want to say it. Don't even want to think about it. Farrell would have us over a barrel. Farrell over a barrel. You know, it's just not worth thinking. And Australia are obviously in a little bit of dire straits. They would very much struggle at home. I mean, the great thing about the Lions going to South Africa was it's the best team in the world. The South Africans playing against the British Lions. It was like when the Lions went to New Zealand last time, we were the best team in the world.
Yeah.
And the Lion, it just was so good, wasn't it?
And again, South Africa, the best team in the world.
Yeah. Just got such a nice thing. I just think put it on hold for a year and it can happen. It can go forward.
Have they already put it on hold for a year?
No.
Or was it due to be played in 2021?
It was due to be played in 2021, yeah. And I don't really know why it can't be. I mean, everything has been up in the air. Everything has been rearranged quite quickly.
Yeah.
If New Zealand or Australia could possibly host it, they're even talking about it could all happen in the UK, which would be, again, I'd hate that. I'd hate the Lions. I mean, how much of an advantage would that be for the Lions?
But also, South Africa would have hardly any supporters.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Because the cool thing about the Lions is that all the supporters travel with them.
Yeah.
And they take over the country like they did in New Zealand.
Yeah.
They had more supporters.
I know.
Okay, I won't go on about it.
But it was great, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's good to see.
It is. I think it's better than the World Cup. I think the Lions coming to your country, playing your team, playing all the warm-up games. I mean, I was literally...
That is load of garbage.
I was coaching
You are
cricket.
talking so much rubbish.
I was coaching cricket.
The Lions tour is better than the World Cup.
I do.
No, it's not.
I think as a spectacle, for me, it's just so good. 3 test matches and then all of the midweek games. I mean, I was sitting out there coaching cricket in England and I had my phone out. I never had my phone out teaching. And I was just watching, like refreshing when they were playing the Blues. And when the Blues beat them and the Sonny Bill thing came out and the whatever
How good is that? It was West. West scored under the post. I watched it.
And I was running round the cricket outfield going bananas. It was awesome.
Yeah, but Rugby World Cup final, let's say, 2015.
It's almost too nerve-wracking.
Too stressful.
Too stressful, yeah. 15 wasn't as bad. I mean, 2011, I hated the game.
Ugh.
Hated it.
Didn't enjoy it at all.
Awful. I just sat there thinking we're going to lose this.
But even now, watching the All Blacks, I get I just don't enjoy the game because we're not going to win all the time anymore.
Yeah, we're going to see anyway. But
it's good for the world to catch up with us, I guess.
Little bit. Talking about catching up, it was interesting to see that the water boy on the weekend got pushed over.
What's this all about?
By 12 Trees. Big Billy. Is it Billy 12 Trees? When I heard the story, I thought, little kid holding the water.
No.
Gets pushed over. And I thought, oh, that's horrific. What actually happened was the water person tried to touch the ball so they couldn't take a quick throw in.
Yeah.
So it's not like he stopped it and gave it back to him. He literally just put his hand out to basically touch it.
I rate that.
So Billy 12 Trees said, we're not having that. This game was a real shame for Gloucester. Gloucester were the better team. Loads of things didn't go their way. Refereeing decisions were not great. But it just shows how such small margins make such big differences in rugby. You think about test match rugby. It's like Sonny Bill Williams going off against the Lions.
Yeah.
Change
the game.
Change the
whole series. But I'm just going to read it. And Gloucester's frustration boiled over in the final minute when a mass ball broke out and centre Billy 12 Trees was sin-binned. I'm sorry, if there was a mass brawl, he wouldn't be sin-binned. He'd be sent off.
It was one of those, mate. I watched it. It was one of those.
So it wasn't a brawl.
Handbags at dawn.
Oh, no.
Everyone pushing each other.
Oh, and then
no one...
Hands on collars.
Yeah, hands on collars.
Oh, mass brawl. What?
I know. It's reporting, isn't it?
Handbags. Awful.
That is our stories for the weekend.
Right there. That was nice and fast, wasn't it?
It was. Results.